Chloe, what do you think about the spaces we looked at today for Santa Fe Fashion Week?
It's highly competitive. They all have their own different features and that we can kind of highlight towards the look that we're trying to achieve, which is kind of a minimal perspective on not only that, but we have our floor plans, how the whole rooms tied together from dressing, hair and makeup to the runway to the photography, also having areas for entertainment. So I think the main thing that we'll be looking at is square footage and how many attendees that we can actually have and projections of how the runway will tie the event in all together.
Cool. So something I mentioned in some of my podcasts is for 2026, I want to do more of an immersive event. I kind of think that runway shows are kind of played out. The models are going up and down the runway. And I understand like the models like the applause and the designers like to take a bow at the end of the runway. But I really want to do more of an immersive event where I kind of compare it to an art gallery. When you go to an art gallery, they don't bring the art to you. You get to walk around and look at the art. And I think fashion is wearable art. So yeah, looking at the space, I'm looking more like 2,500 square feet. Each designer would have a vendor booth, have the opportunity to sell directly to the consumer. You still need hair and makeup, so space for that. So maybe that's another 1,000 square feet and separating the models to get ready for stuff like that. And space for obviously the immersive part. So some of the locations we looked at here, we're here at the Drury Plaza, which I've done it, the show here for a couple of years. It's at the heart of downtown Santa Fe, right?
Yes.
So that's one option. We're also talking to the Glorietta, which is kind of on the outskirts of Santa Fe, but they have great parking. It's an older building, a little bit more maybe historic. And of course, the El Dorado, which is gorgeous, but very pricey. So
Right.
if we haven't looked at all the numbers yet, we're getting some quotes, but based on what we saw so far today, what do you think would be the best fit maybe?
I am leaning for towards the first choice that we had, which is working with the new hotel branding Glorietta. It's an exceptional second story venue. The floor space is not too much to play with, and it's decent for the amount of size that we expect. And I definitely like the different format of having separate areas. I think it's enough space to achieve with what we're envisioning.
Yeah, I think so. I think, like I said, with the Glorietta, there's plenty of parking because parking, it's almost like San Francisco, New York. Parking is very challenging in Santa Fe. If you haven't been to Santa Fe, they actually have a cool area with a pool, so we could have some fun there. Maybe before the show and stuff like that. So we'll get back to you as we make a decision on what location we land on.
Perfect.